Yeah, local companies have begun to develop infrastructure on the Danube River. Before that attack that took place 2 days ago on the Danube River, it was very safe place, and many companies such as Nibulon, it's a local farming trader.
So maybe let's go one step back. Like there was a drone attack 2 days ago.
Yeah.
We're recording this on the 26th of July. Can you just
Yeah.
Give a little bit of like context what happened?
Yeah, just briefly. So 2 days ago happened first ever attack in the history of this war, with multiple drones on ports of Rainy and Ismail on the Danube River. Basically, it's just 200-300 meters from the administrative border of Romania and Ukraine. Very, very close to Romania. So what happened? They attacked a grain storage facility and destroyed it. They attacked a fuel storage facility, also destroyed, and they damaged various port infrastructure. And fortunately, nobody was killed, but 4 people injured. The area is full of international sailors. The river is packed with vessels, and it's very congested and dense area. I mean, dense in terms of vessels and people and cargoes. And you can just imagine if they keep targeting, let's say, oil storage facility, the ecology is in big threat, because it's gonna leak in the river and then pollute everything up in the river, including NATO countries. It's also important to understand. But so that attack happened for the first time. Before that, there were no attacks. So stakeholders heavily invested into Danube River banks. They built their storage facilities for grains, for fuel, for all kinds of cargo. Before war, there were no container handling on the Danube River. Now it is the only place where Ukraine is shipping containers, import and export. It's a very important cluster, logistics cluster right now. European Bank of Reconstruction, EBRD, is looking at investing and helping that region to develop the port infrastructure and roads and other facilities to enhance Ukraine ability to export whatever we produce. However, right now, because of these attacks, and they're going to be recurring, that I believe they're going to be recurring until the solution is found, or another agreement is made, and Russia will keep targeting our port infrastructure, everything around it.
So, because like the Danube River is like pretty much all of the facilities that were newly created were actually quite an alternative, right? I mean, obviously they cannot replace much, but it was quite significant, right? Like maybe can you give us like some numbers there?
Yeah, so in terms of containers, it's not much, but it is essential. Again, considering that containers are used to move our day-to-day goods for the public, for the people, as well as containers are used to export niche grains, sunflower oil, and other food and frozen food. It is very important. So our estimations are that in general, the Danube River ports handling 5,000-6,000 TEU or containers per month. In terms of grain, it is also it's increased a lot. Again, we talk about hundreds thousands of tons of grain per month. The volume is fluctuating, obviously, depending on the situation. But again, because of congestion and because river port infrastructure wasn't really designed to handle that much of cargo, and moreover, it's pretty old, right? It's pretty old because most of it was built a long time ago in USSR, back in USSR, and it wasn't really maintained well because again, there were no demand. Ports of Odessa were able to handle and 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 close all the needs, all logistics needs that Ukraine needed. Danube River ports were used only for certain commodities such as metals or scrap or sometimes grains, but again, very niche and very like targeting, right? So, and right now it's blooming, and the economy there is flourishing. People making lots of money there, to be honest.